welcome to episode number 3 of Facebook Friends Offline, and I'm here with a special guest. And like you guys already know, Facebook Friends Offline is a project that is going to introduce you to some of the most influential personalities in the city of Austin. People that are making an impact in the community, and they're doing something very positive. And it's also going to be an opportunity for you to get out of your comfort zone and maybe get to network with some people here in the city of Austin. So for today, make sure you like and share. Make sure you like and share the video. Share, because we want to reach as many people as possible. So help us reach our goal. But today I'm here with a special guest, right? So he's the founder and owner of Planting Seeds Tutoring Test Prep, and he has a passion for tutoring. Started his company in 2015, and now the company is expanding all across the state of Texas. And as for himself, he has a background in accounting. Went to Texas State University, right? Went to Texas State and started to develop a passion for teaching at Texas State University when he was working with students. Then started working with kids, underprivileged kids in minority communities, and really wanting to excel, and decided to go back to school and get his business MBA, and then became one of the youngest instructors at Texas A&M, right? I think that's at the age of 23, right? And now he's the owner of Planting Seeds, and the company started in Austin, and now he's expanding in San Antonio, Dallas, and Houston. So please help him welcome Chris Jones.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Chris, man. Thanks. So I want to go ahead and start by, I want you to tell us a little bit about Planting Seeds. How did the whole thing, what's your company about? What's the vision with the company, and how did they all get started?
Right. So as far as Planting Seeds, the vision came about from, I would say, 2013, 2012, right around that time. I was tutoring at Texas State University. It was a brief time there. They have a tutoring environment at the library called SLAP. So that's helping out college students. That's where I got my opportunity to work with, obviously, older students in the capacity of mathematics, more so the algebra level. I did that for a short term, maybe the first 3 to 4 months of my college career when I transferred to Texas State. After that, I got a position as a work study to provide tutoring and one-on-one help with students at Mendez Elementary. So that was a route of me actually getting a chance to do some type of tutoring with students. I never really had that experience before, but I actually got a chance to work with older and younger students. From there, I was able to see not only the fact that students struggle with, the academics, of course, but that they also had learning disabilities, because I work with students who were in special education, and also that a lot of them come from different backgrounds. We worked with a school that was more on the low income side, so a lot of these students have stories of coming from a homeless, you never had a home, they were homeless and they would just come to school, but you would never know these type of stories. So that really created some type of desire and something that I was passionate about. After that, just moving to Austin, working, started helping out kids at my job, co-workers, children, started tutoring them one-on-one. And from there, it sparked the idea of, hey, why can't I turn this into an opportunity to work on one-on-one with all the students within the Austin area? Okay. Then that expanded to, why can't I do that into all cities?
So it sounds like it really started like a hobby, right? It's something that you were just enjoying, helping students, helping them, grow and then become better. And then from then it became like a business, right? Did you always wanted to have a business? Was it part of your? Is it something that you always, because you started your first company at the age of 10, right? I think you had a lawn care company in the neighborhood. Right. So it sounds like entrepreneurship was already like part of your background, with your father being an entrepreneur. Right. So talk a little bit about that, like how did that come about,
Well, as far as like the entrepreneur aspect, I could definitely say 100% was more so just kind of seeing my father do that on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. I got plenty of stories of him doing lawn care, creating that company when I was really young. So a lot of the stories I can still talk about today, as far as, and we'd be in the in his office Sunday nights licking invoices together, because back then
Sunday night,
you didn't get a chance to really, send that off through the internet like that. It wasn't developed as much.
And how old were you at that time? Like,
I was probably maybe I started when I was like 7, 8, if I remember.
Wow.
Doing that with him actually pretty much every Sunday. I mean, till I was about 16, 17, constantly helping him do that. And it would be other facets as far as, Sunday, cleaning out the trailer for the landscaping, cleaning those out, or every time, college, I would come back for a break throughout the summer. If I didn't stay at the school, then I would just, do the lawns and spray them and take care of the maintenance of that. So I was on a daily basis doing that at home at a young age, and really seeing what that took, the grind that it really required. And, that sparked me at a young age, about 10, 11, 12 years old. I'm like, hey, if he's creating lawn care and that's making money, why can't I do it around the neighborhood?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm printing off flyers. I got my own name. And he just, do it. I mean, he didn't really force that upon me. It was more so like, I'm inspired, so let me try this. I wouldn't say it lasted too long, because I was like, oh, this is a lot of work, more than I expected. I'm pushing a lawnmower around the neighborhood, getting all the way to where they need to be. I'm watering the plants, watering the grass. So, I mean, it taught me a good amount of discipline and hard work.
Okay.
And that's where it really rooted. And then, with Planting Seeds Entrepreneurship, I knew that once I started working in my daily job, accounting, I love accounting.
Mm-hmm.
I got a passion for accounting somewhat, but I realized that 8 to 5 wasn't necessarily for me. Nothing wrong with it, it just wasn't a good fit
you
for me.
You weren't built for that, because at a very young age already, you started working with your dad. You understood the whole idea of being an entrepreneur, and kind of grew in you.
Right,
Okay.
definitely. And the 8 to 5 was just one of those things where I didn't feel that I was actually expanding my potential or the wings to really take off. And I think through my experience creating this company has really developed me in so many different ways, as far as that sales aspect, management aspect, that I don't necessarily think I would have got in the position that I currently have right now.
Okay. So now, so your company started in 2015, right? And first of all, it was just in Austin, right?
Just in Austin.
Just in Austin, and in about 4 years now, you're expanding in San Antonio, Dallas, Houston, and all of these different areas. So, what was the whole process? Because to me, I'm always fascinated to learn about the struggle. Growing in your business, you still want to expand.
Right.
But what are some things that you learn throughout the journey? For someone maybe that they still work at a job, but they want to do something else on the side too. They need to they still work at a job, but they want to do something else on the side too. They need to know what it is that they need to start doing.
Right. So I mean, to really grow the business, I have a lot of friends that do want to develop a business. The real core of getting that business to grow is, are you going to be disciplined? Are you going to be consistent? And when you really assess that, it's more of a self-evaluation on yourself. And that's one of the hardest things, I think, with entrepreneurship, is because you're always self-evaluating yourself. And you got to be honest to a T about that. Because at the end of the day, it's all on you to build that from the ground up. So you really got to say, hey, giving yourself goals, 3 months, 6 months. Have I done exactly what I needed to do within these 3 to 6 months? And if I haven't, what is the reason? It could be maybe I was being lazy over these 3 to 6 months, or maybe I haven't got to that chance to capitalize on the opportunity that was present in front of me. But maybe the next 6 months I'll be a better opportunity. But I would say some of the challenges from the beginning was really understanding how to manage. Being so young, I was 23, 24, starting. I didn't really know how to manage people. I always tell people I wasn't.
Were you like a tough boss or something like that?
No, I would say from the beginning, I was doing a lot. Early on, I was doing accounting, so I did that. Then I would drive down to Southern Careers Institute. It's a trade school, so I was teaching night classes, and I would do that from about 6 to 10 o'clock at night. And then I'll be working my master's. And then I'll also be worrying about growing the tutoring company. So at that time, I'm trying to get students, and while I'm getting students, I remember I'm so busy, I didn't know how to, one, have a process. So that was where I was learning the aspect of create a system. when they come into my company, what is step one and what is step 2, 3, 4? I didn't have any of that. It was like just kind of winging it. You know, you kind of learn. That's how you learn, through experience.
Yeah.
And then whenever I'm hiring people, it's like just anything and everything I'd hire. Well, again, it's your company, so they are a reflection of who you are. And it took me a while to really understand that. I constantly learned that. What kind of culture do I want to provide? In the beginning, I didn't have an understanding of what is my culture, what is planting seeds. I'm like, oh, it's just tutoring, you know? But as I started to really sit down and understand who I am and what I want to grow this company into, it was bigger than just tutoring and test prep. We offer so many different things. Well, I need somebody to mirror what I see and what my vision is. So I think my vision was a little bit blurry on our mission and where we wanted to go. So early on, that was a mistake. I would also say marketing. I wasn't sure how to market.
Okay.
You don't really know until you really get out there. So you're just being a student. So you're trying anything and everything. So those were just a few of the challenges. I can name a lot more that come to my mind, but just a few were the vision was a little bit blurry, find the culture, and then how to be an effective leader. You can tell people what to do, left or right, and point fingers. You need to do this, you need to do this, but are you actually leading in a way that makes them want to follow that? You know, that same structure that you have, do you actually do what you say you are doing? And do you follow that to a T?
That's a great point, because somebody once says that a leader, you're not a leader just by title.
Right.
You're a leader by the people that actually want to follow you.
Right.
Because people want to just be around. They're not just doing it just to make you feel good or to just make you feel happy, but they're doing it because they want to follow you.
Right.
So that's a great point. I like that. So your father was also an entrepreneur. Was your mother an entrepreneur too, or just?
No, not necessarily. That wasn't her thing.
Okay.
I think, seeing that at a young age, just even my siblings, they have that entrepreneur mindset. They're starting to develop it slowly but surely. There are obviously other aspects that they can develop in, as we all can, but they are getting that thought process of, I see something as far as a question mark or something that is not being answered, how can I solve that? So they're always looking at problems. So I think it's in the family.
It's in the family.
Across the board.
Okay. Yeah. Because my dad was also an entrepreneur, and for my dad, one of the reasons why he wanted to be an entrepreneur is because he really struggled in school.
Right.
School was not for him,
right.
And he's, at a very young age, he always knew he was good at business, but he wasn't good at sitting in classes and then learning, because people learn differently. And that's the one thing that about Planting Seed Services, the fact that you're offering different classes and different programs to kids with learning disabilities. I mean, I grew up with learning disabilities. Right. I needed to have a tutor.
Right.
Because when I'm in school, I'm not as focused as everybody else, right? So was there, I know your experience with being a tutor at Texas State, but was there a point in your life where maybe there was a frustration that built inside of you, and you say, hey, I want to do this? The reason I'm asking is because when you think about some of the most successful entrepreneurs, like the Steve Jobs or Oprah Winfrey, she started a company out of frustration because she got fired from a job on television. Right. Walt Disney, somebody told him that he wasn't. He didn't have enough imagination. Can you imagine that? So that frustration led to something else. What was the frustration for you to say, you know what, I want to start Planting Seed Service? Was there even a frustration, or it was just out of passion for you?
I think it was a mixture of passion, wanting more from myself as a person, and then a little bit of frustration. I think just knowing the potential that I had. And not everybody's going to see the potential that you think you possess. So whether that be at a company you work at or, just people that are around you. I think when I was in college and even before college, high school, I think everything came a little bit later for me, late blooming in a lot of different aspects. So, as I got older, I don't think people really saw that entrepreneurship from Chris. I don't necessarily see them seeing that from me, but I mean, if you ask them, they may say something different. They may say, "I've seen this from the beginning." I didn't necessarily see that people saw that from me. So a lot of the times, as I'm growing, I'm like, I think I can do a lot more than this. I'm not necessarily a person to sit there and boast and be like, "Oh, I can do this, and that." But I do believe I can definitely expand capacity, and a lot of people will put a cap on you, whether that be in a position that you have and say, hey man, this is the role, we kind of see you as this, not really sure if we see you in a director position or we see you as being a manager or anything like that. And I'm like, there's no way that you're telling me this is where I can be. And if you don't believe that I can do that, then I can go create something, then I'll show you that I can definitely be more than that. Because me as a person, I'm a competitive person, you know, across the board.
You look like a competitive person.
If I, you know, I really want to be the best, you know. When it comes down to it, I want to be the best across the board. So when you look at me, you say, hey, he's done this, he can do it, and, you know, we want his input because it has some type of value. And I just never want to be a person that is just in the line. I want to be at the front of the line.
So what's the vision for planting seeds?
The vision is really to, you know, branch out into the areas of Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio. We're already there, but we want to branch out further. We want to expand and touch more students. And then, of course, online, you know, so we can reach more students outside of Texas in different states. And then, of course, international. So the ideal goal would be more of an international.
So you're planning on going international?
Right.
Have you thought of any countries already, or you just?
We're in a few countries. I mean, little things here and there. A few students. India is one of the countries that we're in. So, hey, why can't we grow bigger? You know, maybe 1 or 2 students, but that's how it starts. That's how the seed is planted, starting from there. So, you know, that is the goal. Also, giving back in the community. One of the things that we do is scholarships. So we just started that.
About that. Yeah, I saw that. You started a scholarship program.
Right. So doing that scholarships, because, you know, with education, whether it be, you know, somebody believing, you know, is college really worth it, you know, and that uniform approach. Either way, if I can get you to education, I know the doors that open up for you. You know what I mean? Even if it's through college or if it's outside of college, whatever it may be, if you can pursue some type of knowledge and apply that education and whatever it is that you want to pursue, the doors just open. You know, I was talking to somebody yesterday, the doors become wider. The more education you get, the more knowledge you get, the doors get bigger. The less education, the less knowledge that you want to apply, the doors continue to get smaller. So you can't walk through as many doors. So.
Okay. Yeah. It's true, and especially now that education is almost everywhere. I mean, like social. It's not like back in the days. If you want to learn a word, you gotta go pick up a dictionary. Now, all you gotta do is just go on social media. There are people, and I don't know if you were kind of expecting these questions, but since you're in education, I think it would be a good topic to talk about. There are people already talking about online universities. I don't know if you heard the topic, because some say that, you know, the educational system it's kind of messed up. You know, students are not learning the way they're supposed to be learning, or they're not retaining. Feel like everything is just memorization. Where do you, like for you, somebody who's in the education field, where do you see the future? How do you see the future of education? Like, what's
the future of it? You know, there's a lot of different ways that education can grow, and the shifts and the movement of it. I would say that I really do see this happening. Education being offered at corporations, so they're having their own universities.
You know, actually corporation already doing that.
Yeah, I see that right now. So
when they have employees teaching classes,
right?
You know?
Exactly. So I definitely see that more so, people following the path of, hey, I've always wanted to work for this company, or, you know, that company. Let me go get some training in what they're teaching or what they're you know, offering as far as their services, because I want to be able to do the same thing. So I could see that being another platform for people to learn. Some of the other ways that people do is, you know, teaching their courses themselves through so many different other platforms online. You can get all that information, you know, through YouTube. Honestly, you can teach a lot of the things, you know, they can be taught to yourself through YouTube. So.
True. Yeah. Absolutely. I think Jack Ma, who was a professor. He just started his company from online and things like that. So interesting. And I think another thing I asked you, and I think you said no, if there was anything that you could have done differently throughout your entrepreneurship journey, like something that you, like if you know that, like for example, do you have a mentor? Did you have a mentor starting your own, or was it just something that you started and you became your own mentor, or like how was it for you? Did you have someone like showing you the way, or it was just basically, you know, all by yourself, just doing everything?
Right. A lot of it was through asking questions from people that I did look up to.
Okay.
A lot of it was though myself, I would say. One of the aspects that I drill into people that do want to own a small business is really understanding the aspect of personal finance, financial literacy in general. I think that's a huge thing, component from young age all the way to older age. But what I would say as far as some of the things I would change. One of the things I would say is network a little bit better. When I was in college, I don't think I networked to the T, and I see how those are paying off for some of my other peers. By knowing people, it definitely can take you a lot more places.
Yeah.
I think in college, I was a little bit more too focused on books, a little bit more focused on getting things done, and not enough time.
You know what? I made that same mistake too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So if there was one thing I would change is a little bit more networking opportunities. We're hanging out with more people that are in the field that I'm looking for, and that's what I try to do now. As you get older, it does get a little bit tougher, of course, because there's more factors. But I think in college, if I would have built those solid relationships, who knows where those doors and those opportunities would have taken.
Absolutely. Someone once said that it's not about the grades you make; it's about the hands you shake. I thought that was pretty cool. So, Chris, how can people find out about you on social media? Where can people find you? I know you're on Instagram, Facebook. Like for some of the viewers right now, where can they find you on social media so they can learn more about Planting Seeds Tutoring?
Right. So of course, you can go to our website. That's plantingseedstutoring.com. You can get all the information on what we do, what we offer, a little background on us as a company. And then as far as other social media platforms, we have Facebook, so / Planting Seeds Tutoring and Test Prep. And then of course our Instagram is / Planting Seeds Tutoring. So those are the main ways that you guys can reach out to us. We do offer, of course, programs throughout the summer. So even if your child's experiencing some of that learning loss or the summer learning slide, we can definitely adjust and help out with that. Or if you want to get them ahead of their grade level, right now we're doing some free hours if you sign up for one of our programs, and you can do that by going to our website.
Okay. How about we give some of the viewers like a freebie?
Sure.
Yeah. So if you're watching this video right now, make sure that you like, comment, and share. If you like, you comment, and you share, you have to do all three. If you do that, in the next 24 hours, we're gonna pick a winner, and then what are you willing to give away?
They can definitely start off with a couple hours just to test out Planting Seeds, 2 free hours. Come in and work with us. If there's a certain subject or a grade level, then we can definitely get them started, take them through a free consultation and a free assessment. That's what we'll do for you. A free consultation, a free diagnostic assessment.
Okay.
So if they win, they can get that.
So there you go. So 1 free consultation and 1 free, you say 1
free assessment.
1 free assessment. So make sure you comment, you like, you share, and make sure you follow Chris Jones and Planting Seeds Tutoring Services Test Prep, right? Did I say it right? All right, man. Chris, thank you very much for being here, man. I appreciate your time, man. And so thank you guys for watching.